Hello and welcome. So today we're going to talk about training and why we're starting, and to keep that in mind as we go through our journey. Just want to talk on that. So if you're training to want to become a bodybuilder or for a set sport that you're wanting to improve in, then you need to take into account that not every session is going to be amazing and feel good, and that's part of that journey to becoming better. Like, we've got to push the body, we've got to do things we don't like to ultimately make the body be able to do them. Same with our nutrition. If we're trying to put on muscle, so we're going to have to eat foods that we don't necessarily enjoy. We're going to have to cram in calories that we can't necessarily, when we're not hungry, we're going to have to eat, and vice versa. We're going to have to turn down certain foods. And again, it's not saying that we can never eat things ever again. It's that moderation, but knowing that we are having to make decisions and sacrifices, if you will, and that is part and parcel of that. So it's going back to that kind of paradox of hedonism. Like, I love sweets, but if I want to look a certain way, I can't just eat sweets. That'll make me happy there and then, but ultimately then my long-term goal is sacrifice. Then obviously then I'm going to be in a worse position, especially from training for mental health. I'm going to be in a far worse position further down the line than when I actually started. So it's that balance, like I say, Joe, you've got to realise what we're wanting out of our training. Joe, if we're wanting to be the fastest sprinter or the best footballer or the biggest bodybuilder, there's certain things that we're going to have to do, certain sessions that we're going to have to get in, certain exercises, certain workouts that we don't necessarily like, that are going to be tough and grueling, but we've got to get through them. The same with the dieting side and the nutrition. There's going to be meals that we don't necessarily overly enjoy. There's going to be calories that we're going to have to force down ourselves if we're trying to put on that muscle. Again, if we're dieting or various things like that, we're going to have to restrict certain foods as well. Again, not saying that we can never have them again. It's that moderation. But if we're, say, a bodybuilder, if you're competing, then if you're wanting to do a show and you're coming up to your show, obviously you can't have the certain food. So it's that understanding then why we're saying that you can and can't have these things then and there. And like I say, it's that ultimately remember why you started. If you've started for training for your mental health, that's great, but know that not every session you're going to feel amazing and it's going to be amazing. And like I say, there are going to be days where you do struggle to eat your meals and restrict your calories or consume the extra calories that you need. So it's that just basically understanding, keep that in mind. Or it's not, and again though, then it's the same thing. It's not you either training for betterment in sports or your mental health. Joe, we can train for both, but the main thing when we are training for both, which ultimately we all should be doing anyway, is you need to keep both of them in line, basically. So like I say, understanding that I'm not going to like that meal, or these sessions are going to be hard, but as long as we understand that and go into that session, into that week of training, month of training, whatever it may be, we understand that that's what's going to happen. So our mental health isn't then going to be like, oh my God, I'm rubbish at this and I can't do it. You know that was going to happen. So we've prepared and set ourselves up for that. And then it goes back down to that black box thinking video that I spoke about. So the way we actually view failure. So it's not failure as in, I'm rubbish at it and I should give up. It's, okay, what did I learn from that? How can I do that differently and better next time? But also in the gym, in certain aspects, we need that failure, because that is what is then going to make the body improve for next time. We then replenish the calories that we've used up. We replenish them, eat the protein, builds up the muscle, and then we go from there. But if we haven't broke down that initial muscle in the first place, we can't build forward. That's just one example with bodybuilding. Set sports obviously have set training regiments and ideals within them, but it still comes down to you've got to push the bodies to be doing something that it couldn't previously do, and then using our nutrition to help repair and refuel for the next session. So just a quick one, like I say today, but it's that, Joe. Know why you started, always keep that in mind and keep that at the forefront. So like I say, Joe, set yourself up so we know this is going to happen. I'm not going to enjoy this, but I know that, and that's okay, because ultimately it's going to help me towards my overall goal, and that's the main thing that we're training for. So hope you like this video, guys. Hit like and subscribe down at the bottom, and I will see you in the next one. Good luck, keep safe with your training.